This election is an easy choice. Trump could be a very great president, and any way you cut it, Hillary is going to accelerate the demise of America. First of all, she is doubling down on the worst presidency ever. We have record poverty in the country. Do you know that? We have doubling of our all previous accumulated debt. Obama said it was unpatriotic, George Bush's debt. Well, he doubled it to $20 trillion. We have more businesses closing than opening. We have 94 million people who left the labor force. The unemployment numbers are phony because they don't count anybody who quit looking. Obama gutted our military, and you can see what's happening with Islamic terror. It's running rampant. We have 103 ISIS people apprehended or killed in the United States in the last 2 years. We have incidents all over the world constantly. He's pretending to fight them. He gives $150 billion to Iran. The guy is aiding and abetting Islamic terror, and she is doubling down on it. But in her own right, she's the most corrupt, lying, pathetic person ever to run for president. Just read Clinton Cash, which has not been refuted in one detail, detailing the hundreds of millions of dollars she and Bill took from the world's worst nations as bribes when she was Secretary of State, or her inexcusable action of having an unsecured server in her bathroom, which had our top secrets, which were undoubtedly hacked by our enemies, or her pathological lying about Benghazi. Clearly, she wants it all be dismissed, but she let those people die, and she lied for weeks to the American people and to the families, saying it was based on a video, all to help Obama's reelection. Disgusting. That alone is reason not to serve. In this new book by the Secret Service guy, detailing how insane she is, he was there for 8 years watching them, said she's too unfit temperamentally to serve, she's too angry and insane. Why will Trump be a great president? Well, first of all, Islamic civilization. If the king of Jordan, who's Muslim, and the head of Egypt, who's Muslim, says Islam needs a reform, and there we have a big problem with Islamic terror, how come Obama and Hillary can't say that? Obama's just pretending to fight, and Hillary says, oh, Islam isn't our problem, and she blames guns instead of Islamic terrorists when events happen. You cannot trust her. Her top 8 is a Muslim Brotherhood terrorist family member, Abba Hubandin. This lady is so anti-Israel, she called Israel occupied territory in her book. She justified Hamas, the terrorist group, sending 10,000 missiles at Israel from schools and hospitals. They shoot them by saying Gaza is small. That's the kind of, and her emails reveal deep-seated, horrible anti-Semitism from her top aide, Sid Blumenthal. So Trump is going to do something about Islamic terrorism. He's going to keep out illegal immigrants. This country's being flooded on our southern border. We have no control at all. He's going to build that wall. Mexico has a wall on their southern border. Why can't we have a wall? Many countries have walls. We have a right to protect our borders to determine who comes in and out. Obama's quietly flooded the country with 1 million more Muslims, 51% of whom support Sharia law, 25% of whom support Islamic jihad. We have diseased, poor people massing across our border with no controls. Well, that's got to be stopped. Our economy. Hillary, hilariously, has a donor who stupidly predicted that Obama's $1 trillion wasted stimulus, remember when he started his office? $1 trillion wasted money. He said it would produce millions of jobs to produce nothing. That's the same bozo who Hillary hired to dump Trump's economic plan when Larry Kudlow says it's a great plan and hers are disastrous. He's going to cut the corporate income tax rate, which is the highest in the world, to bring back companies. She presided over the gutting of our military, as Obama did. He's going to rebuild it. He's going to take care of our vets. We have this massive debt. He's a businessman. He knows how to cut and save costs. Israel will be protected under Trump and not under Hillary. She's an Israel hater. And you can just imagine all the great, brilliant people he's going to surround himself with. He said, the candidates who run, Chris Christie and Marco Rubio and Ben Carson and all these great people, intelligent people. He was just endorsed by the guy who developed, Bernie Marcus, who developed Home Depot. He's going to get the best and the brightest to run our country. He's going to rebuild our infrastructure. He's going to stop the IRS and the EPA from abusing us, cut down on the massive business-killing regulations that Obama and Hillary support. And I'll tell you what Trump is not. He's not a racist and he's not a misogynist. The Democrats always say that when they have no real issues. The guy's been in business for 30 years. He's hired tens of thousands of people, minorities and women. He's done more to promote women in real estate business than anybody else in the history of the United States. Never not once an accusation of being a racist or misogynist. She's the racist. She's the one who supported Senator Byrd, the KKK Grand Wizard, and she's the one who used blackface, and she's the one who many reports in books talk about her using the N-word when she was a Southerner in Arkansas. And she's the misogynist. She's the one who, when Bill raped and abused women, she led the campaign to abuse them instead of standing up for them. Disgusting. And just imagine the Supreme Court. Right now, we just had a 5-3 vote in the Supreme Court, liberals versus conservatives, and the next guy to go is going to be Justice Thomas, one of the few conservatives left. She's going to appoint 3, 4, 5 Supreme Court justices, ruin the Supreme Court for decades. Trump will not close Gitmo, releasing our worst terrorist captured people back onto the streets. And you know the extreme leftists that Hillary's going to appoint. So there are many, many reasons why Hillary's election will be a disaster for the United States and why Trump could be a great president.